Redmond, where Microsoft is. So that's the way people are getting around the H-1B visa laws and trying to bring in immigrants to Canada, which is very receptive to many countries coming in. From the U.S., we have locations in low cost of living. We call it rural sourcing. The BRIC countries, or BRIC-A, which is more likely now because we've included South Africa as a place, there's issues with most of them. Language, technical in Russia, they're very small firms. They have a very scientific bent. They're not as inclined to do business. And with China, we have intellectual property issues. So I present these as problems. It's you, the youth, are going to solve these. I'm just raising questions. How are some people going to do this? They're looking at their internal staff and changing the nature of what people in IT are doing. One of the things we've talked about is having as part of the IT curriculum, how do you relate to the providers? How do you do negotiations? How do you do contracts? That's not the type of topics we would have thought of 10 years ago that an IT person needs to do. But with the increase in using more providers, it's an essential skill that we feel even the entry-level people need some exposure to. And as I mentioned, internships. I'm going to speed up because I think I'm taking over. So with, throwing all that at you, I would say that the challenges, not just for recruiting entry-level people, well, recruiting mid-level too, but for retaining because of the market, is not going to go away. In fact, it's probably going to exacerbate in some parts of the world. How can we work together across the globe to be able to address this? More and more companies are using providers. They are cutting back their internal staff. That's not bad news for anybody going into IT. Go work for a provider. Then you get all kinds of exposure across industries, or you can still specialize. Most of the IT skills, you need a technical base, but you need the business orientation and you need the relationship skills of working with providers or being a provider relating to your clients. What's going to happen is organizations are going to have to figure out what fits them. It's not one size fits all. So there's very different issues, and again, using the global workforce to be able to address some of these challenges. So I don't know if any of you have any questions. I'd like you to think about what kind of skills you learned in school, what do they match what you're talking to recruiters about? And how can we as educators make changes in curriculum? What do you find are most in demand today, if you're a practitioner especially? And then I'm working on a project to project to 2020 what we need. Now, I'm not even sure I can guess what we need 5 years from now, but 2020, 2025 is what I'm looking for. If you have any ideas for me, maybe you have a crystal ball, astrologer, other questions, comments?
I would only that, you are working on that 2020-2025 requirement. Yes, it will take you a little bit time, it's a big challenge that you've taken on yourself. But whatever be your thoughts right now onto that, can we just know a little bit about that?
Well, actually, I can't take much time because this is for a group called Cutter, and they want the paper by February 3rd. So I'm going to bind. That's why I thought you could answer this for me and help me out. I'll take notes. Well, one area for sure is intelligence, and that's been around and growing, but I don't see that going away at all, because that really helps businesses target how they deliver whatever. That's one area. I think the whole movement towards cloud computing is going to change the structure of how internal IT departments operate. That gets me back then to relationships. And frankly, we were talking the other day, we have not done a good job on that for 40 years, whether you're talking about working offshore on global teams, or even internally. It's all about how do we talk to each other, and how do we communicate what the needs are, and then get the requirements that we can deliver. You know, those are my two broad answers. And in particular, programming language is Any other comments or questions?
One question here. See, in IT, information technology, there are many specializations today. Right? We work in one of the specializations, information security. And the problem that we have today is that whatever is taught in the classrooms in IT is far from what is happening in the real world, because that is done by the day. How do we bridge this gap?
Well, I would say the best way to do that is to have much more conversation with practitioners and academics to be able to get the curriculum to change that. One of the things that we've done in many places is use real projects in class settings, so that the students get more adept at what's happening in a real organization. And in our case, some of these are small nonprofits, but they have the same issues. You know, how to knowledge through data, you know, and data. So I would say that cooperation with we call it town and town, academia and business, is the way that it can happen. And I think leadership has always the answer to many questions. That helps. Anything else?
Good afternoon, ma'am, as sir said right now, and even you were telling us that about Hale, that they want the students who are coming to you.
Thank you. The students who are coming to you, and they want that you should teach them about what is going on in Hale. So let's say that the environment, we study what is basic IT. But when we enter the organization, we are there, we are, like let's say, we're basically 2 months on taking their resources and getting trained. So I believe being in an organization,
At that point of time,
if we have the demo version of the software, like the public management system, NDIM, Emerita, and the other GDS software, which are globally accepted to the organization or to the classroom, on that we help, and how could we work on that?
Well, nobody else really told me that. I just, you know, I'm leaning at data. That anything would like, you know, that would be their choice. So you know, Carly per se. But I wouldn't say that 2 months in a company is wasting anybody. You know, one of the reasons people do these internships from an organizational point of view is very selfish. It's not just they're going to get cheap labor with no benefit, but they're hoping that what that does is bring loyalty, and that you will stay on and want to work with them, and you will feel these are people that gave that break early on, and that is a retention factor. So from their point of view, it's not a waste of time. I would hope it's not a waste of time from yours. You're going to, I really think I'm crazy as an educator. I think I learn way more on the job on the internship than you do in the classroom. So that's why our work gets you out and interact. So I don't think it's a waste. You know, when you talk about particular pieces of platforms, they exist universal. And one example is SSD. And SSD has arrangements with educational institutions that they can get very cost-effective. We don't. To be able to train people in SSD, which is a lot of major corporations. It's not in small corporations. It's not in a lot of medium, but some. So that's an example. Again, you get down and down. If you get the people that have these classes, helping deliver these in a way that education can afford. We couldn't afford these there. I mean, cost. The other issue is training faculty to learn classes. That's a real challenge for us. Some the academic research, learning a whole like that is functional for the career. There's a lot of problems. I agree with you. I don't agree with you about it being waste.
I actually say about the business of time, it's like the way you said so that when the companies take on the internships and we go for the internship and the companies, it's a kind of rather than that is the stage to get implemented so that in future if you're going to join that company, you're ready to do it.
You're already I guess that is thank you very much. I love to talk about it.